Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Marauders TV. I am joined this evening, as I'm recording, by Nigel Charlton, who's going to be our question master extraordinaire, and Mr. Toby Jennings, who is, I'm sure, extraordinary at something. Drinking. Oh yeah. Cheers. So I've moved the pictures now, so that won't work.
Oh, we had it all planned.
So this is the 11th.
12th, was it?
12th. It is the 12th of these, my bad. So, we've been sort of trying to get one of these out a day, give you guys a bit of a flavour for who we are before we launch with our, if you like, proper content once iOS 3 hits. So, Nigel, hand over to you.
Thank you very much, Tony. So, Toby Jennings.
How do, everyone?
First question. Should you choose to accept this question?
Oh.
Who is Toby Jennings?
Oh, well. He's always the best looking guy in the room by far. By far. Walk in the room and everybody's like, oh, obviously. No, I'm Toby Jennings. I've been around a little while in the gaming scene, really. But yeah, hi, everyone. I'm Toby.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
What else do you want to know? You would just ask my name. You just asked my name. Like, who's Toby Jennings?
So,
you called me.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
You're also married to Bex, who's a fellow gamer.
Yeah.
Well,
so
and you've created your own little prop.
She's been playing around.
I may have just lost connection.
She's been not so much on the tournament scene as well, but she's into it painting. Oh, what's happened here?
Yeah, you're back now.
Are we back?
I'm back, yeah. Apologies, guys.
The wonders of technology.
Oh, I know. Me and Zoom don't get on.
My first time on Zoom.
You're doing very well.
Thank you. Technology doesn't work with me.
So, next question. How did you get into the hobby?
Well, many a moons ago, really. I was a kid. One of your previous shows with Gabe, he kind of half explained what actually happened was when we were kids, he started playing Necromunda, and I went around as a kid one day, just typical going around with the bikes, and he goes, "Oh, come and have a look at these," and he introduced me to Necromunda. And I was just like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing in the world.
It's a great game to get introduced to, isn't
it? It's absolutely brilliant. I don't actually know how new it was when I first started playing it, but it was him and his brothers, his two older brothers as well, both playing it. And that's kind of where it kicked off in regards to the hobby aspect of it. And then they started doing some school league stuff.
Okay.
Not just in like Necromunda, it's more in secondary school as such. It was they started with Necromunda, and then they did into Mordheim when Mordheim came out. And being hooked the first time and then playing Mordheim, that hooked me again. I was like, I really like this. For instance, like I always played Escher Gang in Necromunda. And then I found out in Mordheim, there was Sisters of Battle as well. And I was like, another female gang. This is fantastic. Right. Jump on board with that. And then after a few years playing that, we sort of escalated into, I think it was actually Warhammer Fantasy first. And I think it was 5th. I'm not too sure on which edition. We mucked around as kids. You know what it's like when you're kids. You sort of play more pew-pew than actually understanding the rules and rolling dice with actual purposes as such. And slowly moved on to other games. So we moved Necromunda, going to fantasy, and then eventually we got into 40k, and I played Eldar to start with. And I never really clicked with 40k for many, many years. And I only really played it because my friends were playing it. So we had a little group, which was me, Gabe, a guy called Will, He used to play with us, and Luke and my cousin Rick. You know my cousin Rick. Yeah. So we played religiously, like virtually every other week or whenever we could. School holidays was always like a mini like get together every day we could, really. And like everybody does, or most people do, they hit teenage years and find your penis, and then you go around the sex.
I'm still looking for mine, mate.
I see. Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but that lockdown, Jesus, put on a few pounds, Nige. Same with me. I put this t-shirt on and I was like, oh God, this is getting tight. So yeah, a few years, not many years, 4 or 5 years of just not actually playing. And I found a shop in Marple, which was Marauder Games, owned by Darren at this point. So I actually went down to the shop and I played. I was trying to remember what the game he got me into. It was like a World War II Wolfenstein sort of game.
Secrets. Maybe
That's the crap I was thinking about. It was awful. I really did not like the game. I think Darren was just trying to push models on me more than anything. He was just a young guy with a bit of money in his pocket. It's like, it's some really cool models there. And I didn't enjoy it as such. But
get rid of this stock.
Yeah, this stuff here, this stock, I need to get rid of. Here you go. And eventually I started playing a game called Hordes and War Machine. And I was really hooked on that. It's back in the day where the cards were actually black and white in Mark 1.
Yeah.
And just as I joined a few months later, the Horde side of War Machine came out, and Horde and War Machine. And I was hooked on Legion, same as Tony was at the time. He was really, really deep into Deep Tank with the Legion for quite a long time. And we played a hell of a lot of tournaments on the Slimy and Tony.
It's how we all met. It's how we all met you, really, wasn't it? Through the Hordes War Machine, I think.
Yeah, I actually met Nige prior to this, only through Games Workshop, working there.
Yes, yeah.
I believe the first time I actually met Nige was actually at Games Day. I don't
the one I was
know.
working at? Or?
Yeah, he was working at it, and I think we got chatting one day, and he's like, I work in Stockport branch. It's like, that's the branch I go to. How do I not know you? I was very poor at the time. Didn't get to go down very often. I joined on to Horde and War Machine, and I was hooked. Tournaments every other weekend, and it was fantastic. We had some cracking times, really good times. And it was kind of a place that I needed at the time, because at the time I was really, really struggling, but when I started getting into the gaming hobby and everything, it really sort of put me on the straight and narrow. Ever since I've stopped playing some War Machine, I've kept on the community with Marauders, with a few other people who aren't part of the Marauders, and it's been super, super good. Now I'm on AOS for the past, since it released near enough. I kind of collected a lot of Stormcast to start with. Mainly because my wife at the time worked down at Element Games, and she's like, here's some models. I was like, can we try this? It's like, all right then, or give that a go. And since then, I've moved on from Stormcast to KO, which I love to bits. It's my favorite faction in AOS. Rumpy Sky Dwarves. I mean, Christ, who doesn't like a dwarf who flies? I mean, seriously, they're crazy. The fluff is amazing, and the model's even better. So yeah, there's your answer in a nutshell.
Brilliant.
That's a really big nutshell, but much.
I am sorry for the size of my nuts. Okay, I have massive balls. All right.
Tiny balls. Tiny balls. So, next question. Toby Jennings, what kind of gamer are you?
I thought very long and hard about this today. I am a system whore. Like, I have so many games. You have no idea. Like, I was looking through my pantry and I was like, oh, I play too many games. Way too many games. I'm more of a community sort of person. I like doing demos. I like getting people hyped about the game. If somebody says to me like, I want to get into this game, how do I do it? I'm always like, this is how you do it. Stay clear from here.
Yeah.
If you like the look of it, go for it. Yeah. And then move on from there. I would probably put myself more into I'm more interested in the community and the camaraderie and all the sort of aspects of enjoying yourself in a common environment.
Yeah.
I am still competitive though. I like to do well. I always have done. I mean, I have some events where under my belt where I'm like, I'll just play and drink. That's fine. I mean, when I was playing Hordes of War Machine, you can't really do that because it's time turns and you're like, have a drink.
I remember, yeah.
My time's gone. It's like, I'm only 5 beers in. I found it with Warhammer, though, it's different. But that's what I quite like about it. It's more relaxed. But yeah, I'd say I've always been competitive as a player. I always like to do well. And I tend to submarine my way to a lot of games, like really submarine. Like Facehammer about 3 or 4 years ago, I was like, right, I'd be happy if I get a couple of wins in. I came 22nd. And I was like, how? I remember like Rick Ellis is like, you've been playing like 10 minutes. How have you managed to get 22nd? We're playing the same army and you're doing so much better than I am. This is so frustrating and dice are flying everywhere and he's stomping off. And I'm like, yeah, that felt quite satisfying.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, final question. AOS 3 is literally on the horizon. Yes. Literally right around the corner. Yeah. Rules have been getting slipped out and teased to us for the last few weeks. The core rulebook's now out there as well. I've even seen some people now down at Element starting to play some games of it as well.
Yes.
For you, what are you looking forward to most in AOS 3?
Currently just playing games like everybody else, but list building. I find that to be quite interesting the way they've done it. They've almost done like what they've done in 40k, where you've got like 2 troops HQ and a tank, and you get like a formation that you have to fit into your list. I think that's quite an interesting aspect to it. I quite like that. I'm a bit disappointed with the triumphs, only because I'm a KO player. Like the triumphs in 2 were actually quite good. Like the reroll armor saves, for instance, and all that shenanigans. I mean, granted, they've got that in other aspects or whatever. But now I've got to make a new list around that.
So
really,
just to interject, sorry, I know you're catching you mid-flow.
Yeah,
so is the KO thing, does it specify triumphs or does it give you the old 3?
So I believe, now don't quote me on this, I've not played in over a year now. So when you pay your Ether Gold, you get to use one of the triumphs, for instance.
Right, yeah, okay.
And I believe you could re-roll armor saves in one of the older triumphs.
It's hits, wins and saves, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's re-roll saves for that turn or round or whatnot.
Yeah.
But it keeps ironclads in the sky. That was the main thing. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm pretty hooked on other games as well at the moment, like Marvel. Mm-hmm. Really hooked on that. I mean, I know Tony is as well, and Nige to an extent. But yeah, really, I just want to play games.
Mate, that cabinet behind me is full of Marvel.
I tried filming this in my painting room, but I've not got very good Wi-Fi, and I've got mine behind me and Mikhail behind me, and like, no, I've just got my patio windows. It's fine.
What is that? Balloons or something?
Yeah, they've been up since a birthday. I've just taken back. Yeah, it's like because there's one birthday after the other. It's like I don't want to deflate them. Back up again. It's fine. It's my
birthday's my Toby.
Yeah, mine's in 2 weeks, so it's like I'll just do it then. I'll just put them back up. I'm pretty much being lazy, you know. Yeah.
Right. Well, I think that rounds us up nicely, chaps. So thanks, Toby, for coming on and talking about you. I can't wait to get some face-to-face games in as well. Nige, thank you for co-hosting. It's a pleasure, my friend. Never a chore.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for watching at home. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and do all the things that on YouTube.
Smash that like.
Yeah, all that kind of jazz. We're far too ghetto for that stuff right now, though.
Well, so, smash that like.
Hit that button.
Ring the bell. We'll see you next time. Bye.